the rest in the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. But on the ladder and came at Skype. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. But on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys I'm biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rest in the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Best of that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. If you hit that like button, if you want to shop Aboriginal, go shop at Big Aboriginal Power Clothing. That is BAPclothing.store, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Y'all know we got another one here, man. This Somalian lady said, what? You wouldn't believe what she had to say. Let's get into that right now, man.
Keys on the train, on the train, on the train, on the train, on the train.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
You're not gonna move. You are blocking the street.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck?
I don't give a fuck.
That's why
You have to move on.
you have to
I'm not
move.
moving there.
See? Everybody.
I don't care. I'm citizen. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care if you're a citizen or not. It's not
You
about
have to go back.
citizen.
She said, I'm a citizen, I don't give a fuck. And this Somalian lady is telling a Mexican immigrant to leave and go back to his country. Listen to this, the irony.
See? Everybody.
I don't care. I'm citizen. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care if you're a citizen or not. It's not
You
about
have to go back.
citizen.
You
You're
have to
blocking
go
the
back your country.
streets.
Go back your country.
My country, where you
Yes.
from?
Yes.
Where you from?
I'm American.
You're American.
American citizen, of course.
You're why?
I'm born in here. I'm born here.
So what?
She said, I'm born here, as if that means something. These Somalians are out of hand, man. These Somalians are now becoming out of hand. Unhinged Somalians are now claiming America as their own country, family. Do y'all hear this nonsense? Do y'all hear this nonsense, or am I the only one that's getting this from this? Let's continue.
Country.
My country, where you from?
Yes.
Where you from?
I'm American.
You're American.
American citizen, of course.
You're why?
I'm born in here. I'm born here.
So what?
I'm born here.
Don't be ignorant. American
I am here.
is the
I'm
whole
born here.
continent.
I'm born
Go.
here. I'm not moving.
Come on.
Go to the park. No.
She's going to go.
I have to go
Brother.
to the park.
They got places to go.
I don't care. Go to the street.
You see? That's why people they get
I'm
pissed.
born here.
Because you are it too.
I'm born here. I'm United
And
States citizen.
because you're born
I am
here,
not Mexican like you.
I'm proud of Mexican.
You
I'm
say
proud.
you're Somali. Oh, you are Mexican. I'm Somali.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
How the hell does she keep saying that she's born here, by the way?
Come on.
Go to the park. No.
She's going to go.
I have to go
Brother.
to the park.
They got places to go.
I don't care.
How's she talking about she's
Why?
born here, but she don't even have an accent of an American? Come on, man. If y'all believe that this damn Somalian immigrant Tether with this goddamn dirty rag on her head is born in America, I'll be dipped in crap and rolled in breadcrumbs. I'll be dipped in crap and rolled in breadcrumbs if you can provide me adequate proof. These guys be like pirate boomers. They're like descendants of pirates.
Born in here. I'm born here.
So what?
I'm born here.
Don't be ignorant. American
I am here.
is
I'm
the whole
born here.
continent.
I'm born
Go.
here. I'm not going
Come
to,
on.
I'm going to Pakistan. No.
She's going to go.
I have to go
Brother.
to her.
They got places to go.
I don't care. Go to the street.
You see? That's why people they get
I am
pissed.
born here.
Because you wanted to.
I'm born here. I'm
And
United States citizen.
because from
I am
here,
not Mexican like you.
I'm proud with me Mexican.
You
I'm
say
proud.
you're Somali. Oh, you are Mexican. I'm Somali. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Me too. I'm Somali.
I'm Mexican, but I respect.
She said, I'm not Mexican like you. As if she's not going to be back in the back of the ice truck with him. As if she's not going to be in the
the rules
ice.
in this country.
Me too.
Not.
I respect.
Back up a little bit. You can get
No, I'm
here.
not
You
gonna
can
back.
release here.
Okay, I can then.
I'm not.
staying here.
I'm not, brother.
So you're blocking her, you know, and she's
She-
blocking over here.
You guys, she start all this.
I understand, but
Yeah,
you know,
but
if you
now-
block here and she
now-
block here.
now she
could
gotta
be the
move.
solution. Could be the
It's
solution.
not-
Yes,
no.
She's a woman. You don't have to. You know, push her
No,
like that.
it's about respect. It's not about woman or
I know.
man.
Just move it. Just move it a little
Hey,
bit.
shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop those fire emojis, hit that like button. Shout out to the real ones in the building, man. Hey, y'all already know the vibes. Hit that like button and thumb up the video, man. If y'all in the building, drop a fire emoji with me. And also, family, don't forget to support the channel because it sends a shocking nerve up these haters' backs. And we got a hater in the chat by the name of Kemet TV 9124. He said Denzel, the Aboriginal dope fiend. Shout out to these guys who literally come in my chat to troll. They hate to see the movement keep doing what we're doing, man. Keep doing what we're doing. If we ain't got no haters, we ain't doing nothing. Kemet TV, tell your mother I said, hey, I'll be over there later on, okay?
No,
I
no,
don't
but
about the
So
rules.
it's not gonna help you, both of you. You know, you're gonna stuck here.
so what?
Maya, wixii dhihi karaa walaalo asxaabta wixii dhihi karaa iga dul
No, my friend.
Aniga meeshaan ku dhashay, Ameerikaan ku dhashay.
I start to explain.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's from Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Elon Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little sheen, the little turban. I love
He said with the little sheen.
I love this Elon Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little sheen, the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain. So now, and
It's the chat screaming, send her back to me for me. That's what really takes the cake. It's the chat screaming, send her back, send her back. That is absolutely classic. Absolutely classic. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. This is your brother, Original Power, man. Let's get back into some more of this heat. If y'all ready to rock the house out, support the channel, man. Cash App information is in the chat. All right, so let's get right
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
So now, and we have our savior in this room. His name is Secretary.
Secretary Bout. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go.
So, like I said,
confirm for us the $4 million figure. We've been hearing that a lot.
So now look, a lot of these schools are down here now trying to come out, talk about they not scamming. There's been a lot of scams going on with the Somalian shit. So for those that don't know what's going on or been up under a rock, Somalians, schools, and other daycares and learning centers have been committing fraud according to new investigations. And now they're jumping to the conclusion that possibly these people are committing treason. That it's not just one particular set of people. It's all these people being incorporated with inside the scam. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. Let's go to this video right here. Let's pull it up on the screen. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. Y'all already know the vibes. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power, man. Let's get right back into it. Y'all already know the vibes. Let's go.
One of Somalia's top officials is under scrutiny for being unethical, and now they're questioning his immigration status. Abukar Osman, let's start off with his unethicalness, right? You cannot.
Abuku, we already know. Abuku Dahar Osman. First of all, we already know you over here on some bullshit. First of all, can we go ahead and let it be known? Abuku, you got my nigga. Go ahead and stand up. Tell them that y'all caught. Tell them that y'all caught. You already been caught, bro. All the Somalians in Ohio, all the Somalians in Minnesota, all the Somalians in Maine, all the Somalians has been caught scamming. And now they're trying to Africanize the Black American through this popularized scamming and streaming. You know, a lot of the Black streamers are being pushed to push an African narrative. Casanat, and now we got I Show Speed, which we're going to get into the I Show Speed conversation here in a second, but we're going to deal with these Somalian scammers right quick. Okay, so let's get into it.
Abukar Osman, let's start off with his unethicalness, right? You cannot be a UN representative. He's a permanent representative to the UN for Somalia. You cannot be in that position and also like receive funds from the same government from the same nation that you're representing. But he found a loophole, right? Because he's a representative for Somalia. While he's making money in the U.S. off his health, you know, being a director of progressive healthcare because they're receiving government funds for Medicaid and Medicare. So that's the loophole, right? And that's why they're questioning his ethics. Like he's being unethical because he found a loophole. Now, if it was me and you, U.S. citizens, we couldn't do that. It'll be not only unethical, but criminal charges will be brought against you for practicing that. Now, his questioning his immigration status is because before the UN, he stated that Isaac genocide never happened. Isaac genocide happened in the 80s in Somaliland, the northern region of Somalia. And the reason why he went up there and denied that genocide is because Somalia does not want Somaliland to be recognized as an independent country. Now, peep this out. In the 80s, the mid-80s, he fled to the United States as a refugee. And once he got here, he claimed asylum because of that same genocide that he denied. That same genocide that he denied in 2026.
That means that he came under her seeking asylum under false pretenses. That means it was all a scam from the giddy up. That means he never came over here seeking asylum. He came over here to benefit the scam and to be able to eventually to funnel that money back to their desolate fourth world countries.
Here in Minnesota,
now look, this dude by the name of Nick Shirley have been going around to various different daycare schools and learning centers, showing that they're fraud. A lot of these buildings that was receiving millions of dollars in some cases for government funding for these learning centers, in fact, were not even learning centers at all. They didn't have children. Some buildings was even abandoned. Let's get into it right now. Let's go.
blatant fraud is taking place within the government and the Somalian population. Right here, you see a daycare center. It says it's Creative Minds Daycare. Creative Minds Daycare was actually shut down and was reopened the next day underneath the name Super Kids. And just in the past year, in 2025, this daycare alone has received $2.45 million. It's rumored here that some of these daycares and these other businesses that are committing fraud have been rumored to be giving money back to terrorist groups in Somalia. There's a 35% chance on Polymarket right now that those people who helped defraud the government will be deported back to Somalia. But this daycare alone received over $2.45 million. So maybe if you want to become a millionaire here in the United States, you should open up a daycare center and receive government funding from a governor like Tim Walz here inside the state of Minnesota, because these people are making $2.45 million. And right now you have a BMW, Range Rover, BMW, and a van outside of this daycare center here in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And so look, this school got $2.54 million. Let's run up to the next one, see what they get. Let's run it back. Hit the like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. Let's get to it.
This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage.
Now this daycare center, Minnesota Best Daycare Center is the name of it. And it received $3.4 million in funding. And look at this little shitty building that looked like it has no activity, no nothing for the kids. It received almost $4 million for what?
And there's no footprints in the snow of playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center.
Nigga, the Leering Center? That lets you know that these people are trying to lure some scams in. They're trying to lure kids in there.
On the outside of their sign.
For what reason? How you gonna have a learning center and you don't even know how to spell the word learning?
That's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Don't open up.
So this is Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up.
said they spelled learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up. We have ice.
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and getting $4 million
Don't
over
open
the
up. It's ice.
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away.
What do
She said, "Don't open up." Is ice. Now, by the way, this particular learning center is called Quality Learning Center, 411 Nicollet Avenue, Minneapolis. All right, Minnesota, Minneapolis. And it says it has 99 children and they received $1.9 million at the Learning Center. That's bullshit. Now, by the way, we're going to break all this shit down. Let's go.
being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and get $4 million
Don't
over
open
the
up. It's ice.
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away.
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away.
Are you in favor of that?
Go away.
You know where
You're
they-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of $1.9 million going illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong
She out there lying, talking about ice.
to Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up. It's ice.
You do realize there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare center.
99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away?
They supposed to have 99 children there.
Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't open up. It's
So who are you
ice.
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
So we see what's going on. Now look how he get booed at this. Now, since all this scamming and shit been going down in Minnesota, Tim Walz had a congressional speech in the local area. And this is how the local area greeted him as he came out.
Welcome to the Capitol. It's great that you're all... Sir, you're welcome to come. Let me finish. Let me finish and vote.
Hey, sir, he doesn't have fucking votes. Shut your mouth.
Oh, hey, there's some passion in the building.
They in that motherfucker frying his ass. Tim Walz is getting fried by the local mayonnaise community.
Welcome to the Capitol. It's great that you're all... Sir, you're welcome to come. Let me finish. Let me finish and vote.
Hey, sir, he doesn't have fucking votes. Shut your mouth.
Take care of them damn Somalians first.
Finish. Let me finish and vote.
Hey, sir, he doesn't have fucking votes. Shut your mouth.
Oh, hey, there's some passion in the building, which is a good thing.
Reaction to some of the boos that you got out there and some of the heckling.
Yeah, and some of the thank you. And this guy wanted to go help me brawl the guy. Look, that's what they're going to do. These folks come here, but they're going to have to face reality. Some of these guys voted for what's happening with the PA and they don't like it. Some of them come up here and are saying they're supporting folks who are voting against this. The House budget is grossly underfunded in veterans and it has to change.
See, these people are out to scam. These people are doing nothing but scamming throughout the Americas, man. It's becoming a repeated theme, man. If you look right here on this screen right here, these two particular daycares, which is called the Future Leaders Early Learning Center, which is at 3641 Chicago Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right. The numbers right here on the screen as well. It's supposedly supposed to have 90 children, and they received $3.67 million this year.
Early Learning Center. This building received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son, little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No. Why can't I check out the daycare? Okay, but
He said, "What?" She said, "No." He said, "I want to check my son in, little Joey." She said, "We don't even do a daycare here, man, sir. Nobody comes here for daycare. This is just a building." That's really what she wanted to say.
Over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son, little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No. Why can't I check out the daycare? Okay, but if I can't get paperwork or anything to submit my son, little Joey, to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children.
Yeah.
Why are there no children?
We have two of Mexico.
Mm. Would my son, little Joey, have friends to play with here? No. No friends for little Joey.
Yes. Sorry.
Dang it. Well, have a good rest of your day. So little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere. The rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they're receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5? Probably, so you don't really know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
What news are you a news?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here because there's the fraud. Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a joke. But
This dude said this ain't a Joey spot.
The fraud. Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
this is not
a Joey spot. What is that about, man? This is not a Joey spot. It's crazy.
not a Joey spot. But that's her number on your but this is a we can't let you guys use. So.
Look, that all right there, let him know he fucked up. They scamming. They scamming at large number. Now, I need y'all to pay attention to this. Now, by the way, he said go call that number. So a lot of people was watching this and they literally called the number. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this, to whose name is leaked and connected to this number.
So guys, this is absolutely mind-blowing. So I was watching the most recent video by Nick Shirley exposing these daycare centers. Now, they're going daycare to daycare, and the next one that they go to is called Sweet Angel Childcare. This is where they show up to. And this is the business right here. Sweet Angel Childcare in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, listen to where this phone number goes to when you call this childcare center. Just wait for it.
Thank you for contacting the Office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 1.
The number goes back to Tim Walz, 651-201-3400.
Absolutely mind-blowing. So I was watching the most recent video by Nick Shirley exposing these daycare centers. Now, they're going daycare to daycare, and the next one that they go to is called Sweet Angel Childcare. This is where they show up to. And this is the business right here. Sweet Angel Childcare in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, listen.
And you see the number pop up. Let's watch.
To where this phone number goes to when.
Now, look, that's the number that's connected with Sweet Angel's Childcare. 651-201-3400.
You call this childcare center. Just wait for it.
Man, let's see if it's official. It ain't official till Bap do it on his own damn line. So Bap about to call the line right now. We're going to call it right now in front of everybody. 651-201-3400. I'm calling the number right now, y'all.
Walls, Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 130.
It is. It went right back. Matter of fact, let's take a step farther. Let's go to the name of the school. Let me Google the school, and we're gonna call the number from the school. Let's call the number from the school. Sweet Angel Child Care. All right, we're about to call the number right now. Let's see if it's even the same matching number. All right, we're gonna call the one in Minnesota, Minneapolis. Now, they done took their number off of their family. They have removed the number that was on the site. There is no number to call for that site. Google it, y'all. I want y'all to Google it right now to double make sure that BAP is not bullshitting. I want y'all to Google it right now, family. See if a number even pops up anymore. They removed the number. I got the exact let me give y'all the exact address to this place. Now, the place that we're talking about in Minneapolis that has no number. Hold on, we're gonna give you the exact address. It's 2740 Minnehaha Avenue. Minnehaha. 2740 Minnehaha. Y'all let me know if that's the correct school that's popping up on y'all Google search. And the number is no longer on there, family. The number is no longer on there. But that is diabolical that the number that is connected to this particular child daycare called Sweet Angel Child Care is connected to Tim Walls. Damn, that's crazy.
When you call this child care center. Just wait for it.
Thank you for contacting the Office of Governor Tim Walls and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 130 State Capitol at 75 Reverend.
That is wild.
Oh my God. I'll do it again. Sweet Angel Childcare. It goes to.
This shit went viral. Now listen to this line, Wayne. Listen to this little fleeing immigrant. I need y'all to pay attention to this.
Everybody knows I came to the United States at the age of 12, gained my citizenship at the age of 17, and I am an elected representative in the House of Congress, and so the House of Representatives in Congress. And so for me, you know, I look at it as a display of his ignorance. And
now they said Somalians ain't the brightest cookies in the borough. Now they said they're not the brightest people that we'll ever see. Now they're not the smartest. I want y'all to know that they're not the smartest, family. So them putting the number that's connected to the governor could have been a simple ignorant mistake by these people, because they're not the smartest people. They're actually some of the dumbest people, you know, respectfully.
Single family home, but it bills itself as an assisted living facility, and it receives a lot of taxpayer money. Here in Minnesota, the number of people getting help in assisted living facilities is up, double the growth of other programs. But here's the kicker. The rate of payment in this assisted living space is 10 to 15 times the growth in other programs. Hi. So we pulled the data on assisted living facilities in the Minneapolis area. Minneapolis, as you might expect, has a lot, 169. St. Paul, with a population of 307,000, has 83. But Brooklyn Center, 30,000 population, has 106. And Brooklyn Park, population of 84,000, has 181, more than Minneapolis, a city 5 times its size. But this assisted living facility puts this all in perspective. It's owned by a man indicted for laundering $1 million in the Feeding Our Future scam. He's Gandhi Mohammed, now Gandhi Abdi Kadai, and his LLC owns the homes. His wife.
Do y'all hear this shit? All these particular Minnesota populations versus other populations, in the populations where Minnesota is, look at the welfare and other scams that's going on. It's through the damn roof, family.
Programs. Hi. So we pulled the data on assisted living facilities in the Minneapolis area. Minneapolis, as you might expect, has a lot, 169. St. Paul, with a population of 307,000, has 83. But Brooklyn Center, 30,000 population, has 106. And Brooklyn Park, population of 84,000, has 181, more than Minneapolis, a city 5 times its size. But this assisted living facility puts this all in perspective. It's owned by a man indicted for laundering $1 million in the Feeding Our Future scam. He's Gandhi Mohammed, now Gandhi Abdi Kadai, and his LLC owns the homes. His wife runs the assisted living facilities, and the state is continuing to pay as he awaits his trial. Okay. We went to each of them.
We're curious because the man who owns this building was indicted in the Feeding Our Future scandal. Did you know that?
No.
Don't know that?
No. What?
Do you know the Feeding Our Future scandal? The scam that was, there's all these indictments related to false, billing on feeding children.
No, that's not true.
That it's not true?
It's not true. The way I know that, no.
These assisted living facilities received over $2.3 million in state money last year alone. A Minnesota Reformer article says he has been paid a whopping $49 million since 2016.
How is it possible that this person who's been indicted in Feeding Our Future also is still collecting checks from the state, running these assisted living centers with his wife?
I honestly have no idea. It seems like the most basic due diligence would have been to run a check of all the people indicted in Feeding Our Future and then make sure they're not getting paid from other state programs. And at least in this case, and I've heard perhaps in others, they didn't do that.
State Representative Kristen Robbins is the chair of the House Fraud and Oversight Committee here.
So this person owns assisted living facilities and his wife runs the service provider part of it. So he owns the property. One of the properties was purchased with the same shell company he used to money launder in Feeding Our Future. And now that same shell company has been used to buy a new assisted living facility property. It's unconscionable that they haven't done the most basic due diligence to cross-check that Feeding Our Future defendants aren't getting additional state money.
Thanks. Now, we reached out to this man and his wife and yet to hear back. We also reached out to the Department of Human Services here, and they gave us a statement. In part, it basically says, ultimately, they can't cut funding from this guy because he is simply a landlord, essentially because his wife runs the services for these assisted living.
Well, I guarantee that the wife is scamming too.
I
guarantee that the damn wife is scamming too.
Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in. Another Reliance Recovery Center. Mercy and Grace Care, Inc. Right here you have Den Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here you have Serenity Quality Care. All of these businesses are literally the same type of business providing the same service in the same building. Another Convenience Home Healthcare Aid Inc. and Child Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have the same company essentially inside of the same building, door to door? Right here, Queenly Home Healthcare. It just does not make sense. If you're trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition. But here, they have all of their competition right next door. We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Hold on. They got a warehouse daycare facility. They got a whole building where every room is a daycare center. What? What? That's like a business firm office, but every office is a daycare center. And they're getting $1.5 million per office space. That is sick.
Wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud. Okay?
Mhm.
That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking you.
No, you
about
don't
the
have
fraud.
to ask me. Okay? Don't
Oh.
ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay?
Who can I speak to?
Hmm?
Who can I speak to? Okay. As soon as you confront about the fraud, they get angry. When these people have these home healthcare companies, you're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation submitted to the state of Minnesota.
False documentation, false assumption of residents and students, and that's how they get most of the funding. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Y'all can hit that link as y'all will. You already know the business. Y'all come on as y'all feel free. Also, family, we've been here rocking for 41 minutes. We got over 70 people listening to us right now. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all support the channel. Cash App information is in the chat. Most importantly, family, smack that like button and share this live stream. If y'all can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the chat. That's going to let me know that you guys can hear me and see everything loud and clear.
For services never provided. They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So they're essentially just using people saying that they had these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
Right, and the Somali community is a very closed community, so everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And for this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million for how much fraud is taking place. That is a very low estimate. However, still a lot of money in fraud.
I mean, that's absolutely a boatload of money just for those little small buildings right there. Just for them small buildings there.
The same home health.
So look, this is the same home health facility. We're going to get into the facts of the matter. Let's
Care
go.
providers operating from inside of the building.
Here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but you can get in. Other Reliance Recovery Center, Mercy and Grace Care.
Now listen to this. Hold on.
2 of the closed and 5 of the active centers.
Hold on.
Of the Somali daycares featured in Nick Shirley's viral YouTube video, 2 of the closed and 5 of the active centers receive money from Feeding Our Future, the nonprofit at the center of a pandemic-era fraud scheme that cost taxpayers more than $300 million. The connection first noted by the Minnesota Star Tribune. According to the data I've collected over the past 5 years, those 7 daycare centers received $6.3 million from Feeding Our Future, claiming to serve 2.8 million meals to kids from 2018 to 2021. One example, you can see from my numbers, Minnesota Best Child Care Center on 17th Avenue in Minneapolis claimed to serve 43,000 meals in 2018, 99,000 in 2019, 67,000 in 2020, and then suddenly nearly 492,000 in 2021. None of these daycares have been charged in the Feeding Our Future fraud case, and they haven't been formally accused of daycare fraud either. I'm Lou Ragoose. Follow for more news. Of the Somali-owned daycares featured in Nick Shirley's viral YouTube video, 2 of the closed and 5 of the active centers received money from Feeding Our Future, the nonprofit at the center of a pandemic-era fraud scheme that cost taxpayers more than $300 million. The connection first noted by the Minnesota Star Tribune. According to the data I've collected over the past 5 years, those 7 daycare centers received $6.3 million from Feeding Our Future, claiming to serve 2.8 million meals to kids from 2018 to 2021.
Damn.
One example, you can see from my numbers, Minnesota Best Child Care Center on 17th Avenue in Minneapolis claimed to serve 43,000 meals in 2018, 99,000 in 2019, 67,000 in 2020, and then suddenly nearly 492,000 in 2021. None of these daycares have been charged in the Feeding Our Future fraud case, and they haven't been formally accused of daycare fraud either. I'm Lou.
Damn, these people just getting off. They just getting off at this point.
Government are saying that people are planning to scam it. Under the new law, almost every resident is eligible to take up to 20 weeks of paid leave a year to take care of family or for medical reasons, with taxpayers footing the bill and paying out a percentage of a person's salary up to $1,420 a week. The program is projected to cost between $1 and $1.5 billion a year, but Republican lawmakers say that could go up dramatically thanks to how vaguely the law is written, making it ripe for fraud.
One thing that people don't know, you can designate one person annually as the person you care for. So I can designate my uncle living in Florida, go on vacation, and it's up to your employer to investigate whether you're really caring for that person or not. Like, that's just, there's no guardrails. It's going to be ridden with fraud, just like we see in our other systems. The honor system is not the best way to distribute all this money.
Despite the growing scandal around the alleged fraud already taking place, Governor Tim Walz is dismissing those concerns from Republican lawmakers.
Of course, Tim Walz is going to deny it because his damn phone number is linked directly to the damn scammers. He's linked directly to it. You feel what I'm saying?
In the state of Minnesota, they're now locked in a collision that Democrats never thought would actually happen, because this time it wasn't a tweet, it wasn't a speech, it wasn't a warning. President Donald J. Trump, sitting in the Oval Office on January 1st, 2026, Happy New Year, everyone, froze $185 million in Minnesota child care funding after fraud allegations exploded into the national spotlight. And the moment that the money stopped flowing, everything changed. That is when Ilhan Omar stopped posturing and started spiraling. That is when Tim Walz ran out of talking points. And this is when the same mob that mocked patriots for months suddenly turned furious, because the exposure that they said would never matter just triggered real federal consequences, folks. This is not random. This did not come out of nowhere. It came after Nick Shirley and many others dragged what the media refused to touch right out into the open. In fact, it came after federal agencies quietly reviewed what Minnesota officials waved away.
The way his mustache connect to his beard like that, I would have never thought he sounded like this. I had to look at the camera. I was like, damn, this sound like Dakota. You know what I'm saying? Some type of mayonnaise.
It came after Nick Shirley and many others dragged what the media refused to touch right out into the open. In fact, it came after federal agencies quietly reviewed what Minnesota officials waved away. And on top of that, it came because patriots, just like you folks, didn't back down when they were shouted down. Drop a 47 down in the comments down below if you stood by your own faith on this one from the very beginning. They laughed at the warnings, they dismissed the evidence, and they called it nothing. Then Trump froze the money. Well, tonight, we're going to break down why that single decision is the real reason why Ilhan Omar is collapsing, why Democrats are melting down today, and why, once again, the patriots were right. Drop an American flag down in the comments down below for all the patriots out here. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stick with me, folks, because today's story only gets worse from here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. So let's go ahead and get something straight right out the gate, okay? This was...
Yeah, that's that media train voice, all right.
Not a rumor. It was not spin or even political theater. On January 1st, 2026, Donald J. Trump, as the president of the United States, authorized the freeze of roughly $185 million in federal child care funding that was flowing into Minnesota. Now, that money didn't get delayed. It didn't get paused for review. It was straight up cut off. And that distinction matters, because when federal funds are frozen at that level, it means that the paperwork was already crossed multiple desks. It means agencies have already flagged risk. It means that continuing to pay would expose the federal government itself for liability. Now, this wasn't Trump sending a message. This was Trump ending the exposure. Now, for months, Minnesota officials insisted that there was nothing to see here, folks. We all heard it, right? Now, for months, critics were mocked, but when the Treasury line item hit zero, the talking points instantly collapsed. In fact, this was the moment when theory became consequence. No press conference could reverse this thing. No tweet could soften it. This wasn't just a warning shot. This was a cutoff. And so here's what the meltdown crowd doesn't want to talk about. The fraud allegations that are tied to Minnesota's child care and healthcare programs, they're not new. In fact, they didn't surface overnight. They didn't suddenly appear because of politics. They had been quietly brewing and circulating through state compliance channels, federal oversight offices, and investigative referrals for quite some time. But what changed wasn't the existence of the allegations. What changed was visibility. So once the questions about daycare facilities and the billing irregularities and the clustering of payments reached federal desks, the risk calculus shifted. Now, at that point, the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, they're not debating optics. They're assessing the exposure. And once agencies see patterns that suggest systemic abuse, silence becomes liability. And this is the breaking point here. Continuing to fund programs under active scrutiny is not compassion. It is negligence. I don't care how you slice it. And so when that line is crossed, the only responsible move is to basically just go ahead and stop the money first.
I mean, that is a verifiable move, but what do you do when billions has already been transferred out of these particular systems? You feel what I'm saying? When you got Somalian frauds taking place all throughout the United States. And by the way, for those that's coming in the building, we are going to get to the ISO speed conversation, but we're dealing with these Somalian immigrants right now. You know what I mean? We're kind of dealing with the Somalian immigrants and all the scam from these learning facilities. But after a lot of these scamming facilities went viral, a couple of the owners took it to social media to combat the narrative. Let's get into it.
So, like I said,
confirm for us the $4 million figure. We're hearing that a lot. Is that
don't know where that came from. I have no idea where that came from.
$4 million.
That's a complete false thing. We don't make that much with the amount of children we have.
How much money are you receiving money from the state, or how does the funding work here for you all?
Yeah, I don't think people understand how that works at all.
The funding works. You're given a certain threshold per child. The younger the child is, the more you get paid. The older they are, the younger they get paid. The less you're paid. So depending on how many children you have is how much you get paid per family. But we don't make those standards. CCAP and the government makes those standards. We don't make those standards. We're not allowed to bill a cent more. Like say for example, an infant, you get paid a certain rate. You're not going to get paid a cent more than that once you bill it. So if there's a certain amount we make, that's from the kids we take care of, we feed, we clothe, we pick up, we drop off. That's what we submit to the government. The government pays us for that. So it's not none of it is stolen money.
So how do y'all feel about him combating some of those narratives?
Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare.
Now somebody broke into the luring center. Somebody broke into the luring center and stole all the records of all the kids and all the funding.
Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. Suspect came in from the back, broke in from the back daycare. We saw that our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community.
Man, what's the odds of you being exposed for fraud and not having that many kids there but receiving money for it? All of a sudden, somebody breaks into your little Somalian daycare. Don't steal the money. Steal your documentations of who you enrolled and how many kids you have. Who finds that type of documentation at value, dude? But come on, man. Somalians are dumb and they think this story is believable.
Our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, this
is almost like your kids telling you a lie. It's like you watching your kids. You seen them drop and break the glass outside, and you go outside 20 minutes later and be like, hey, who broke this glass out here? And they look at you in your face and say, the neighbor broke it. He was playing basketball, and they just make up a damn lie. And we know that you're lying. Like, sir, we know that you're lying.
There was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
And I hate fuck niggas, even though I have some fuck niggas in my family.
No.
Got a lot of them motherfuckers.
Stop it, my
Fuck
duty, dude.
niggas.
Stop it, Poochie.
And if you don't want to be no fuck nigga, don't be now. Fuck nigga.
The ultimate said that,
Make
bitch.
me sick. You hate fuck niggas? I hate fuck niggas. I ain't never been there.
I don't like them neither, OG.
Somali
Say that. I don't like no F niggas neither, OG. I don't like them either.
welfare queen Ilhan Omar called me out for exposing the massive and widespread welfare fraud being perpetrated by the Somali community in Minnesota. The other day, I made a video uncovering their latest $500 million fraud scheme that stole taxpayer money intended to help children with autism and funneled it to an Islamic terror group back in Somalia. This video already has over 1.5 million views, so I'll link it at the end if you haven't already seen it. But apparently this video also reached Ilhan Omar because she held a press conference where she addressed the situation and didn't condemn the Somali community for continuously stealing taxpayer money, but instead condemned people like me for the great crime of reporting about their fraud. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. But let's start with this crazy clip of Ilhan Omar saying the purpose of the United States government is to serve the interests of Somalia.
jawaabteedu waxay ahayd dowladda Mareykanka waxay ka qabanaysaa wixii annaga aan dhahno dowladda Mareykanka qabo waa kalsoonidaas inaan isku qabno annaga Soomaali haddii aan nahay waddankan annaga ku nool waddankan waddankii aan annaga tax ka dhiibno waaye waa waddankii gabar idinka dhalatayne ee Congress ka fadhiso intii aniga aan Congress joogo waddanka Soomaaliya biyaheeda dad kaleete iyo baddeeda dad kale ma qaadanayaan
In other words, I'm going to translate that for you. She says she's devoting and giving her allegiance to Somalia. She would never turn her back on Somalia, and she put Somalia first. That's what she said. I know how to speak pirate. I speak pirate.
idinka dhalatayne ee Congress ka fadhiso intii aniga aan Congress joogo waddanka Soomaaliya biyaheeda dad kaleete iyo baddeeda dad kale ma qaadanayaan
See, look, she got crunk, nigga. Somalians like, yeah, help us. Hey, y'all support the channel, man. I'm telling y'all what she's talking about. She's saying, man, listen, I'm here to represent Somalian people and help Somalian people. I'm translating this shit for y'all.
waddanka Mareykankana kuma taageerayo dad kaleete in annaga ayna dhacaan marka taas ka seexda reer Minnesota gabadhii Congress u dirsateen way idinka war haysaa sidaad idinka u dareemaysiin dantaas ay u dareemeen madaxweyne Xasan Sheekhna
In every video I make covering Somali fraud in Minnesota, and there's a handful at this point, I always have a new clip of Ilhan Omar clearly, explicitly, openly, and proudly stating she represents the interests of Somalia. And my question is,
see, she was talking about her interest of Somalia. That's what she was talking about. She was talking about how Somalians need to come together and that she's a Somalian and that she's devoting and giving her allegiance to the Somalians. Americans don't mean crap to her. I need y'all to understand that. Let's get back to it, though.
at what point do we take her at her word and denaturalize this woman, or at bare minimum, remove her from the United States House of Representatives? Ilhan Omar and the Somali community in Minnesota represents the single biggest mistake of our immigration policy over the last 80 years. We imported people from the third world into our country who don't want to be American, but want to live in America. I'm going to say it again. They don't want to be American, but they want to live in America. The same values and cultures that failed to build Somalia into a functioning nation are the same values and cultures white liberals in Minnesota encourage them to maintain. They want to be Somalian in every single aspect, but do so in the safety of Minnesota. And instead of integrating,
and that's exactly what we got going on with a lot of these damn people, man. A lot of these people are coming off as pirates, straight beast scamming. This is not just going on with Somalians. This is going on with damn near every foreigner that comes over here, especially from the African continent, family. They're pillaging and taking away from the people's money. And now we got the government and other efforts of media trying to persuade our people into being African. They're trying to Africanize our people. I'm about to get into this I Show Speed African Tether tour. We're going to get into that right now. Everybody hit the like button, thumb up the video. We'll be right back in just a minute.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bet on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga on the stones on my ice. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Best of that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.
Go shop with Big Aboriginal Power Clothing. That is Big Aboriginal Power Clothing, BAPclothing.store. Go ahead and shop, man. The link to that is in the live chat, family. Go ahead and shop with Big Aboriginal Power Clothing. That is BAPclothing.store. The link is to that is in the chat. So now let's get to this I Show Speed conversation, man. The little immigrant guy who's going against his own family lineage, you feel what I'm saying, is now trying to come against and persuade people into this Africanization. Now, I showed y'all some time ago, I Show Speed father went in on the lineage of his peoples being from here and how he's not African and that they don't got no African in their blood like that. You feel what I'm saying? If I Show Speed father had to stop him from cooning back then. You feel what I'm saying? He was in the middle of a stream talking about we just black and we African, we all together and all this little dumb shit. The father had to immediately cut him off in the middle of the stream, which the father never does that. I'm gonna play this clip for you right quick. Listen to what he said right here, family. Listen to what he said right here, family.
Okay.
Listen to what he said right here.
My grandmother was born 1910 in America.
Listen.
Her mother was born 1875 in America. Come on, man.
Bro, what? He tripping, bro. You tripping.
There's no African ties like that, dude.
You tripping. You're black.
Okay.
What?
My grandma, my grandmother was born 1910 in America.
Do y'all hear what he's saying, y'all? So now listen to the stream. Now look, we're gonna move on to the next video right quick. Shout out to everybody in the building. So his father already had a checking on some stuff. But now let's go to the next video about this tour that he got going on down here. Now look at it. Listen to this.
I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting.
Oh, stop.
In Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love. And the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the
black man of African descent. Black man of African descent. What you mean? What that mean? We gonna get to it. I need to know. Of African descent, fam. We only doing what we got to do, how we got to do it. Notice that, fam. She said a black man of African descent. If you're talking about a black man, then it would just be a black man. When you say a black man of African descent, what you trying to say, homie? We need to find out. And she crying about it.
Be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people. When we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back. They have this, they have that. They don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect.
Motherland? Whose motherland? Whose motherland? Fam, I'm asking the question. Whose motherland is Africa? Is Africa your motherland? Do we got any Africa's my motherland people in the chat tonight? Do we, family? Okay, I want to know, is there any Africa's my motherlands? It's my homes. This is where I'm from. Is any of that well represented in the chat? Because I see a hell of a lot of Louisville's. I see some Chicago, some St. Louis. I seen Watts. I seen Sacramento. I seen Carolina, both Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, all across. We had the south side, the east side, the north side, the west side. That's all in America. So I'm trying to figure out where's this whole we come from Africa talk. Notice, y'all. Notice again. It can't just be he went over to Africa and just did his thing. Somehow we got to get tied into Black Americans. Somehow we got to get tied into delineation. Somehow we got to put the African jacket on us. So it makes me wonder, was this the play the whole damn time? We ain't done. Let's go, family. They out there crying. She crying, y'all. They treated good and treated well. You hear how defeated these people are, y'all? Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Seeing the iShow Speed Africa tour, that shit is making me want to go to Africa, bro. When Speed was in Europe, they was calling him monkey. They was throwing him bananas and shit. They was saying all type of racist shit when he was in the Europe tour. He pop up in Africa and then people showing him love like he's family already, bro. The propaganda is failing. It is crumbling before our very eyes. And then they want to call Africa uncivilized. Bitch, I'm seeing the complete opposite.
The way iShow Speed is moving, you would think that he's like a streaming Henry Louis Gates. I wasn't expecting him to go to a country like Angola or South Africa.
Y'all caught that? Henry Gates? Okay, in the words of Dr. David M. Hotep, rest in peace, Henry skipped the...
These niggas all happy. They think this shit going to Africanize our people. Man, nigga, that's just a nigga going there bringing some wealth to our
y'all,
country.
Henry Gates is the guy who runs around here and tells Black Americans that we African. I remember hearing him say there were no Black people in the Western Hemisphere until the 1700s. I heard him say it. Y'all. So this sound like that Henry skip the truth Gates talk. Notice, fam, this starts into your DNA. It turns into who you really are. It turns into go back home. It ain't just no streaming stuff. Notice, a white person go back to Europe, it's just him going to Europe. A Mexican person goes down to Latin America, it's just him going to Latin America. An Asian goes to Asia, he just going to Asia. But all them come back home. When it comes to a Black American, it turns into don't ever go back home, stay over there. It's the whole thing, family. You damn right. He ain't lying. Okay, his hairline may be lying if he said he has one, but that's another issue. He ain't lying. This is some Henry Gates because he was the one running around playing with DNA. You have 99.9% of bushmeat Angola in you. You're not an American. Yeah, we see the play, fam. 2 seconds in, done caught it all. Let's go.
But he's about to do wonders for tourism. Like, he might legitimately meet his match in the athletic realm. Like, he's gonna legit see where his genes come from. But I really love like how he integrated himself in the culture so fast when he went to Angola.
Bro,
right
what
from
you
the jump.
mean
He's
where
doing
his genes come from? His daddy already done told y'all ain't no African in him like that. You see how they trying to Africanize the little Tether wannabe? This is a Tether tour. This is what we call a Tether tour. We seeing Tether tactics and Tether talking. Nigga, this is a Tether tour. Nigga, you trying to talk about his genes? Nigga, his father already told you he's from America. There ain't no African in there like that, dog.
flips while people were doing capoeira. He's dancing with South African kids. I would have thought that he was from those countries the way he blended in. But I love this because it proves one thing. Africans are cordial, they're respectful. Yeah, he has fans. He has people that come up to him and ask autographs. But this time when he does his stream, he doesn't have to worry about people grabbing his hair and selling it on eBay. I haven't heard any racial slurs. I haven't heard anybody violate speed. Like, it's dispelling a lot of American propaganda. And he's actually going to do...
He's talking about is dispelling a lot of American propaganda. Y'all hear this nonsense?
I haven't heard any racial slurs. I haven't heard anybody violate speed. Like, it's dispelling a lot of American propaganda. And he's actually going to do crazy numbers. And I wouldn't be surprised if this helps with the tourism in a lot of these countries. I mean, America tells us that Africans are savage, primitive people.
Stop tourism. There you go, fam. The years of the return. Here we go.
Africa could break a lot of bad stereotypes people have about the continent, and it can help build a real understanding and give Pan-Africanism a real chance to grow.
So we got a code red. The streamer.
Pan-Africanism. Family, how quick are we in? We just started this broadcast, fam. You've already heard DNA. You heard go home. You heard African descent. You heard Pan-Africanism. Henry skipped the truth gates. All of that done came up. What this got to do with him going over there? He goes over there, he flips upside down, he eats Legos, plays goddamn soccer with a bunch of European folks, whatever he does on his streams. Why is this so Black American focused? It wasn't Black American focused when he went over to China or when he went to Europe and they was treating him like dirt and he ain't say nothing. Fam, you done heard it all. Pan-Africanism done entered the chat. You knew Pan-Africanism was going to come through, and there it goes. Let's proceed.
You see, man, it's like they are actually treating him with a lot of respect. I love this for him, and I hope it goes well. I really do.
Ice Show Speed touring Africa could break a lot of bad stereotypes people have about the continent, and it can help build a real understanding and give Pan-Africanism a real chance to grow.
So we got a code red. The streamer kid. He's doing it again. The streamer kid is doing it again.
Agent Carter, calm your goddamn nerves. We're the CIA. What's the matter?
I understand, sir. I understand. But the streamer kid, Speed, he's quite the nuisance. Remember the China files? He's doing the same thing now with Africa.
He's doing what? He's a streamer kid. They shoot videos. They put stuff silly on the internet.
What he's doing is bringing wealth to the dirtiest, filthiest country by bringing attention there. Just like Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie did with the little African movement they had back in the day, trying to save Africa and shit. It's always been stride efforts to try to save that desolate land.
What are you complaining about here? You got to understand.
And more importantly, to try to persuade Black free Negroes or FBA or Aboriginal Indigenous Americans that they actually come from a continent that they have no relatives from.
It's only been one day. He's in the country of Angola. He's changing the narrative already, and he's still got more countries to go. Can you imagine when he gets to Nigeria? All our years of propaganda down the drain.
I see. Why don't we go ahead and activate the bots?
If you don't get the hell out of here, now they're making him some type of activist, some freedom fighter who's defeating the CIA's evil conspiracy to propagate some type of false conclusion between the diaspora and Black America. Watch this guy.
I want to give a shout out to I Show Speed, because what he's showing that these diaspora wars only exist on the internet. They showed that
only exists on the internet, fam. You see how quick we just breezed through that real fast? And did you hear how much BS was in there? This whole he's disrupting the CIA's agenda. The CIA is out there. Y'all got to remember, Tethers and Pan-Africans came up with this BS excuse, and they know it's a lie, all right? That the CIA is out there to separate Black Americans from Africans, and it's this big elaborate plot, and I Show Speed is going to be the one that brings it all down, and he's some activist who's going to connect the earth together. Bullish. If you don't miss me with that one, family, let me tell you what it really is. Isn't it funny they always tell us about this CIA situation where they don't want Black Americans and Africans to get together? Haven't y'all seen more evidence that they don't want Black Americans to connect with Black Americans? Notice that, fam? I'm going to say it. They don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it because I don't give a damn. What it really is that they don't want Black Americans connecting with other Black Americans. This notion that they don't want us to connect with Africans because it's going to disrupt the world, they know goddamn well that's a lie. And what they really know is that foundational Black Americans being unified, like we are now, big problem. Foundational Black Americans being solidified like we are now, big problem. And foundational Black Americans being on code, the biggest problem. That's really what it is. Don't let these people tell you that there's some mission to keep us separated from Africa. That right there is all a lie, family. That's all a lie. This is really about FBA breaking up. They figure if they can get Black Americans to put down the flag and then start waving some type of African flag, that means that now they've succeeded. And we've been shutting that down. So they're using this situation as a means for that. And look at all the tethers out there. Look at the tethers, fam. Tethers is out there crying. I showed you. Crying, talking about Henry Gates and DNA. They're using all of this to connect us to Africa. And we keep telling them, hell no. Let me tell you something. We told y'all we were not Africans in 2025. And before that.
We're not Africans. That's a fact. We Aboriginal indigenous to this land.
Using all of this to connect us to Africa, and we keep telling them, hell no. Let me tell you something. We told y'all we were not Africans in 2025, and before that, it was no. And in 2026, I'm giving you a bigger hell no. So you better accept it because that's the bottom line. And fam, you knew it was just a matter of time before they really start to amplify it and start coming with all that. America's bad. America's the problem. Oh, you knew it was coming, fam. You knew all of that blaming America stuff was going to pop off and how we need to leave America. I want y'all to notice the propaganda that they've been spinning towards us. It ain't towards them. It's towards us. You want to see something? Let me show you something. We right here, family. Watch this. Now they're sending out these gap tooth tethers like this guy. And he says, Speed said America's way behind. He's seen the whole world. I believe him. And this guy tells us that you can't do nothing in America.
Everybody's seen the iShow Speed live streams, right? What all of these videos fail to realize is that Africa's the only place where Black people can really dominate whatever they want to do. All of these videos fail to realize is that Africa's the only place where Black people can really dominate whatever they want to do.
Bro, Africans ain't dominating shit. They getting dominated by a small percentage of foreigners, like Asians and Europeans, which is a very small number compared to the entire continent of Africans. It's a small number of foreigners who's literally beating the shit out of you, owning, creating, building, mining, and forcing you guys out of your resource land. You meant to say Africa is the only place where Black people are going to get dominated, where they're the majority. That's what you meant to say.
Africa's the only place where Black people can really dominate whatever they want to do. If you want.
What? Family, is he telling the truth or is he lying? Call it what you want. Capping, lying, fronting, faking, jiving, bullshitting. What you want to call it, fam? We in here. Hey, it's Friday, FBA Friday, the first one of the year. What we talking about? Is this a cap? Is Africa the only place where Black people can dominate? Is Africa the only place where we can succeed? Is Africa the only place where we're worth something? Y'all let me know what it is. I'm going to get back to Mr. Gaptooth in a minute, but I got to cut that off real fast. Lion, cap, gap cap. Good one. I like that. Good one. Real extra good. There you go. Fam, we dominating right here. You ain't seen, you ain't heard? Let me tell you what it is. Let me go ahead and give you the breaking news that's already broke. You just too late to the party. Black America's been dominating. That's why everybody out there, including Africa, that you love so much, is
right. Black Americans, aka Aboriginal Indigenous Americans, have been dominating everything, even in our own diagram. We dominate more than most countries, especially when it comes to performance, inventions, innovations, and annually economic growth. We gross around a little bit over $2 trillion a year. That's more than most countries around the world. You feel what I'm saying? So are we dominant? Absolutely.
Always trying to walk like, talk like, act like us. We ain't trying to act like them, though. Yeah, you ain't heard? Black Americans dominate everything.
Nah, that's a fact. We ain't trying to act like them, though. Them niggas trying to copy us. On my mama, they trying to copy us.
We're not going to let nobody come up in here, start trying to put an African jacket on us that don't belong to us. You need to put the African jacket on yourself and then try to spin around and tell us that's the only place in the world where a black man can dominate. You know who dominates Africa? It ain't the African. It's the colonizer. What colonizer do you want? The European colonizer? You want the Russian colonizer? You want
right? It's so many of them over there that just dominating them people at a large, alarming numbers. At alarming numbers. You know what I mean?
That's them again talking about the narrative.
They've been trying to push this little I show speed, little African narrative for a little minute now. Let's get into it. We're gonna get into this shit right here. Listen to this. I need y'all to listen to this.
Talking about, oh yeah, I Show Speed gives chat a lesson on Native Americans?
Chad, y'all know Native Americans are like, they're the one who was on like America. Chad, y'all know Native Americans are like, they're the one who was on like America First. I think they're like Native Americans. Like that, like the actual Americans. If y'all don't know what Native American means, it means that they were here like on Earth first, you know? Chad, y'all know Native.
I done hit a nerve with the certifieds. I done hit a nerve with the certifieds. I see y'all in the chat. Wait a minute. Whoa. Is he pushing the we're not the indigenous? Is he pushing the we're not the same ones? Did he say?
Yeah, he's pushing that. And his daddy already had to check his ass about that shit. His father done already checked him publicly online. That he FBA. Matter of fact, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip from his father. Let's play the clip from his father. Let's run it back.
You're black. Okay.
What?
My grandma. My grandmother was born 1910 in America. Her mother was born 1875
in America.
In America. Come on, man.
Bro, what? He tripping, bro. You tripping.
There's no African ties like that, dude.
You tripping.
There's no African ties like that, dude. His daddy been fucking killing him. His daddy already done checked him for that.
Is he pushing the we're not the same ones? Did he say they was the first person on Earth? Somebody said he's reading the script. Look at that, fam. Real funny style, huh? One more time for those who just tuned in. One more time.
Chad, y'all know Native Americans are like, they're the one who was on like America First. I think they're like Native Americans. Like that, like the actual Americans. If
was he reading right there? Family, was he whoa, hold up. Family, is he reading? I don't know yet.
Yeah, it looks like he's reading the script, bro.
Look like he's reading right there. Now, is he reading what someone told him to say about this situation?
Yeah, that nigga reading.
Is this just a coincidence? But it looked like damn sure. He looked at his phone, froze, went back, said it again, double back, play back, all right there in one little frame, y'all. So I got to ask the question. Is this some weird, strange setup? Is this one big weird coincidence? Or is some of this lineage in question?
Like somebody said, he could be reading his chat because, you know, he is streaming and he do like to interact with the chat. And it's, you know, I guess, I mean, like I said, a subjective way to look at it, he could be simply just looking at his chat. And this is why he, you know.
We gonna get to the bottom of this certified black society because, you know, we don't let nothing slide. But I'm just saying, that's kind of odd and kind of strange.
If y'all don't know what Native American means, it means that they were here like on Earth first, you know?
Damn. Hold up, wait a damn minute. Bam, That right there said something. He was looking at his chat. Okay, was his chat agreeing with him? We don't know. Okay, but that right there shows you Africa, Africanization, Africanizing. They're the original people. That goes right along the same frame that we've always been hearing and we've been seeing from individuals. That's kind of the game that they play, right? That's the game that they play. So he's been on this tour going over there to Africa, and family over on this tour, they've been running a hell of a lot of stuff. They've been running a hell of a lot. And he's been saying things like, you can't get this in America. This is not American. This is an African exclusive. Things of that sort and things of that nature. But let's make this clear, fam. If y'all see what I have here, it says loyal to the soil, all right? Foundational Black Americans are the originators. And I don't really like the fact that $2 Tonto right there, he would call Aisho a wabo because that's a derogatory term that they come up with for Black people. And notice that $2 Tonto was right there going right along with it, saying, y'all see, this is it. So you're pushing the narrative that Black Americans aren't the indigenous people, and everybody else is pushing a narrative that Black Americans need to go to Africa. What the hell's up with Black folks, fam? What are they trying to make us? A lost immigrant or a generic African? Shout out to my brother Tariq for that one, because that's exactly what they've been trying to do to us. And I want y'all to see even further the way these people are out here. Watch this right here. This was him on his little trip. And notice, fam, this was a whole Black Americans Go to Africa campaign.
The only country, that view is insane. Look at that South African view, bro. That shit is dead ass beautiful, bro. Imagine living here.
You guys can see Aisha Speed's reaction of seeing the beauty of the continent of Africa. Right now, I think he's in South Africa, maybe Johannesburg, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday, he was in Angola. Tomorrow, probably going to go to Botswana, another country. So probably going to spend like a day and a half in each country. And I can't wait when he goes to Nigeria, Ghana, Morocco, Egypt, Kenya, Uganda, all this beautiful country, Rwanda. I don't want to forget that you're probably going to go to 24 countries to show you what each country in Africa has. And you guys can be shocked what is each country has the beauty and infrastructure.
Here we go. Just promoting Africa, y'all. This is the damn year of return. This is the Aisha Speed year of the return.
All these buildings and all these things. I can't wait when you guys to show Western world that what is Africa has to offer. You know, as soon as you tell someone you're from Africa, they think, oh, you guys have cars, you guys don't have houses. Where do you guys live? Do you guys live with a lion? Have you seen a lion before? Like,
oh, nobody say that. Nobody says that, y'all. Nobody. Watch this even further, y'all. Even further. Watch this one.
I mean, the propaganda that your oppressors have been spoon feeding you is what you believe, compared to all the hundreds of Africans that have been telling y'all, come back to your house.
What?
We got land for y'all. Come back to your house. Come back to your house. We got land for y'all. We got homes for y'all. Y'all family. Come home. What the F is y'all doing? Y'all realize that if every single AA decided we're done with packing up, we're going back home? I'm going to just leave it there. So
Damn. Oh, she done hit you with the, if we all packed up and went back to Africa, y'all. You heard that one? If we all just packed up and just left and went back home, we all be fine. You see what we talking about? You see how they play it? You see what's going on, right? There you go. This immediately became a go back to Africa thing, but damn all that. Family, let me tell you something right now. Listen to your brother right here, your certified brother, okay? There's been a lot of mix going on about where this guy's from, because his dad came out and was like, yo, you FBA, you got roots in Ohio, you got roots in Detroit. You an FBA person. They even had a stream with, I want to say it was his great-grandpa or his grandpa, who was one of the top fire chiefs in Detroit. But fam, coming out of his own mouth, he been running around here talking about he was born in Angola. The real talk, fam, some really strange stuff. Word on the street that his father even has some Ghana in him. Let's go there. Shout out, and I know you listening, sister. Shout out to my sister, the great Natural Tura. Shout out to you, my sister. She sent me these receipts last night because, you know, the Tether detector stay on that job. But I want to show y'all something right here. When you look it up, where is Aisha Speed's dad's lineage? They say his dad, Darren Watkins Jr., father lineage includes roots in Michigan, where his father moved from, and potentially deeper connections to Ghana. Interesting. As Speed has claimed, his family is Ghanaian royalty ties.
That's not real. His daddy already said he has no African lineage.
And potentially deeper connections to Ghana. Interesting. As Speed has claimed, his family is Ghanaian royalty ties. Though he was born in Ohio, his paternal grandfather was the black fire chief in Detroit, indicating significant family history in the city. Detroit connection, Detroit roots, Ghanaian claims. Look at the bottom phrase right there, brothers and sisters. iShowSpeed stated that one of his uncles was a king in the Ghana tribe, suggesting potential heritage from Ghana, though he's American born.
In order to have an uncle that's a king in Ghana, his mother or his father have to be actually from Ghana.
Something ain't adding up about this, brothers and sisters. Something ain't adding up. But before I get into the something ain't adding up, let me ask y'all a question. We all Black Americans in here. I'm sure we got a couple dusty, musty, always rusty tethers. But family, how many of y'all were born in America and put the city that you were born in? Tell me where you were born in America. And that's part one to my question. And part two to my question is, you're born in America, right? I'm sure y'all about to light me up with all these beautiful places. Where were you born? Where were you born at, man? You was born in Georgia? You was born in Ohio? Where you at? You born in Kansas? You was born in Kentucky? Where you born? Okay, Carolinas, West Coast, where were y'all born? And then on top of where you were born, how many of y'all got those kings in Ghanaian tribes? I'm just saying. Born in Compton, born in Dallas, born in Akron. Love me some Akron. Detroit, NYC, Denver, Baltimore, DC, Chicago, Boston, New York, Bronx, Macon, Sacramento, Kansas City, Memphis, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Augusta. I see the family in here, extra deep, holding it down. Well, family, if Naptown, shout out to Naptown, love them. Cleveland, you know I love Cleveland. Is any of that somebody who's connected to a African uncle who's a part of a tribe in Ghana? I ain't got no damn African uncles, African aunties or cousins, and they damn sure ain't in no tribe. And I was born right here in the USA. Yes. So somebody tell me right now, how many Black Americans that were born in the States goddamn uncles who are in tribes in Africa? And once you come to the answer, the determination, and the conclusion, then
Tell me his motherfucking uncle in the tribe right now.
Black Americans that were born in the States, goddamn uncles who are in tribes in Africa. And once you come to the answer, the determination, and the conclusion, then I gotta ask, is this dude really a Black American? For all the folks out there saying it what it is, because what I'm seeing is that's a direct contradiction. I ain't never seen that before. Never. Hell no. But this is what they saying, and we ain't playing. Let's go even further into the details, family. Shout out once again to my good sister. Family, brothers and sisters, my certified Blacks in the chat. How about this one? American influencer and screamer Darren Jason Watkins Jr., better known as iShowSpeed, was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and has stated his roots in African nations, including Ghana and Angola. What? Whoa! Fam, Ghana and Angola, you typically don't see them.
He's probably going off a DNA
who
test.
was born in
He's probably going off of one of them 23andMe African ancestry DNA test.
Nationality. iShowSpeed is an American born in the United States. Parents and grandparents. His father is Darren Watkins Sr. His mother is Elizabeth Watkins, and his grandfather is Harold Watkins, all from Ohio in the U.S. However, African heritage claims during a visit to Africa, he mentioned that he has Angolan roots. He promised fans he would reveal more detailed information after the conclusion of his tour, which leads us back to that right there, brothers and sisters. He has promised that after he is done with his Lion King tour, with his Speed Does Africa tour 2026, which he's on right now, which is viral across the internet, he promised that he will deliver some statements, and he's teasing them that he's got more to tell you where he's really from. Family, I know there's going to be people out there and they're going to say, no, man, he FBA. I'm just saying this right now. If anybody came into an FBA space with this sort of paperwork, we wouldn't trust him. That's all I'm saying. So you see it, we see it, and you all watch it right then and there you go, fam. So it's looking real funny. But if you don't believe the words written down, let's hear it directly from him. Fam, this right here is him talking to people saying that he was born in Angola. So we just seen Ohio. Fam, Ohio, Angola. Ohio, Angola. I'm from Ohio. I ain't met nobody from Angola, okay? But look, this is him right here. And family, he tells everybody out his own mouth he was born in Angola and he was basically raised with people in Portugal. Watch.
My boy.
Here we go. Double back.
Let's go. Nice to meet you. You straight, bro? Can I get a flavor?
What do you mean? No. Black Alpha Network certified 100. Stand up. Y'all know we dropped them damn receipts, and the best receipts are the receipts that come from them. Dude clarified it. No. I heard Portugal and I heard Angola. I ain't heard no damn Ohio. I ain't heard no damn Midwest. I ain't heard no damn USA. So what's really going on here? Is this really a campaign against FBA? I think so. When he came to the US, but yet they told us that he was born in America. How you was born here and then came here at 6. You ain't come here at 0. You ain't came here in your mama's stomach. You were 6 years old when you came to the United States of America, I show. So I show, how the hell does that make you born in Ohio? Somebody ain't telling the truth. Somebody lying. Somebody think they bamboozling us. And notice he starts talking that Portuguese very damn well. Fam, not only is he saying that he was born in Angola, he's also saying born in Angola and then raised in Portugal. And now we can't.
Oh boy, let's go.
There you go, my beautiful brothers and sisters. One more time, all we do is win. Fam, not only did this man say his ass was born in Angola and he was raised in Portugal and then moved here at 6 years old. Notice dude said, are you an American? And he said, no. Fam, I don't know how much more non-American you can be. Are you from America? Not 1 no, not 2 no, not 3 no, not 4 no. He got the no. He straight up said he ain't no damn American. Anybody who hears that and is still trying to tell us that's FBA, that ain't no damn FBA out of his mouth. I didn't say that. That's his words in his clip. He broke down his stuff. And y'all know, let's be real, when they get around them W's, absolutely, family, I see you in the chat. Yep, when they get around them W's, notice he was on his best behavior. He was on there saying, well, no, hey, how are you? Nice to see you come to Ohio. Stuff. That's when they tell the truth. Black folks, Black Americans, y'all know damn well, Tether start all that lying when they get around us. Soon as they get around them W's, then they start telling all the real truth. They won't tell you the truth. Around us, it's, oh, nigga, you lie. Oh, hate group, nigga. You did all. You said nothing, nigga, lying. Oh, no. They get around the white folks. Oh, I was born here. This is where I was born. I was born in this hospital on this beach by that village, and the water well was right there. There were 5 hyenas present when I was born. One hyena, we nicknamed him Xavier because he looks just like Xavier Hamilton from Spain, or maybe in his case from Portugal. Y'all know when they get around the white folks, they start telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who they love. That's who they love. That's the only people they respect. So that's really what he was doing, fam. This dude ain't from Ohio. And remember, this is why you got to be cautious. You got to be cautious. Look right there again. Michigan, Detroit, and Ohio.
I don't think that's real. That got to be from some, because they say the same thing about Papoose when you look him up, but he doesn't have any African roots. It's from a DNA test.
How in the hell you ain't heard Michigan, Detroit, or Ohio in any of what he just said, family? How come? This is what you reading. This is what you see when you look it up. Then how come you ain't seeing nothing about that when he's talking? One more time. Watch how quick he said no.
Nice to meet you. You straight, bro? Can I get a flavor of Portuguese brother?
This Portuguese brother. Look at him, fam. He's smiling. He's showing that grist meal. There it is.
Love to see him, bro. See y'all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're American, right?
No.
You're American, right?
No.
You're American.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
No, I was born in Angola, but when I was 2, I came to Portugal as a kid.
But do you speak?
There you go, family. There you go. Born and raised outside of the USA. Fam, y'all knew we
That's a cow. He
was gonna
lied.
come with the damn receipts. Matter of fact, damn now, y'all know we was about to hit a grand slam out the stadium, across the street, through somebody's car window, family. Everybody coming home. That's how we do. That man right there just told you that he is not a American. He's not Angola, fam. All I see is Africa. These are his own words, fam. These are his own words. Somebody said he's from Ohio. Somebody said he's from Ohio. Okay. He didn't say he's from Ohio, fam. Where we at? Come on up. Come on up. I see some tethers in the chat. Come on, tethers. Come on. Because one thing we're going to do, you're not going to be arguing with me. You ain't going to be arguing with my brothers and sisters. I want you to argue with what he said. You said he's from Ohio. He said he's from Ohio. Why are you talking on that man? That's that man. That man said that he's not from Ohio. He straight up said it. He said that he is from Angola and from Portugal. That's his words. So somebody tell me. I see the tethers in the chat. We here all damn day long. We out here, boy. We bringing that smoke 2026 style. So what it is. Yeah, absolutely. That look real DACA-ish. Yep. Good talk, fam. Yep. Yeah, I see the tethers is getting out of there. They're like, oh, damn, Black Alpha, he made a good point now. I can't go back and forth with that. No, come on. Bring your ashy ass fingers up and explain why this man just said that he is not an American. Dude asked him, is he an American? He said, no, he ain't an American. He's from Angola. How the hell can you debate that? I know tether logic is delusional and it's slightly retarded, but damn, don't be that delusional that you arguing with him. So you need to sit down and talk to them. Yeah, fam, you see the tethers is leaving. I seen a couple tethers in the chat. They out, fam. They gone. They're like, no, I can get out to here. You know, when you put that light on their asses, fam, that's what happens. What I told y'all, fam. What I told y'all. We ain't against fleas. We ain't against fleers. But we are against them tethers. If you want to run, that's on you. I ain't got a problem with nobody running. I like watching the marathon, family. It's cool. I like watching people sprint. I like watching the 100 meters, the 400 meters. I don't mind people who flee. My problem is not the fleers, okay? We got a problem with them damn tethers. Shout out to Bone Thugs, by the way, if you caught the reference. So what it is, fam, these individuals are not there. That's what he just told us, fam. So if you're watching, doesn't it now start to make sense, some of the things that we've heard him say, some of the little slights, all that Native American talk? Didn't we just see that a minute ago? When I was just showing y'all all that Native American stuff, and he was saying, well, you know, the Native American is the original person on the planet Earth. He didn't just say America. He said the original person on the planet Earth is a Native American, and he jumped over foundational Black Americans. Doesn't that start to make a little more sense now? You know why, family? ISO Speed would say something like that. Let me go there, fam. You know why? Hold on. Whoa. Yeah, Thuggish Rug his bone. You already know. Thuggish Rug his bone all day. Let me see. I got y'all in the chat. I'm with y'all. Oh, there we go. Boom. Check this out, fam. You know why he says something along the lines of he's not really, or excuse me, Native Americans are really the original people, okay? Because he doesn't have no ties to the soil. He doesn't have any ties to the soil, fam. You got to understand, we feel it more because we know it more. One thing that people can do, they can come up with any tether lie, any tether delusion. They can make up anything they want to. But one thing you cannot do, brothers and sisters, you cannot fake how much you're connected to the landmass where you're from. That right there will expose the real ones from the phonies, right? He doesn't have a tie, so he doesn't mind running around here saying Native Americans are $2 tontos. That's why he's okay saying it, because this ain't his. Y'all remember, let me take it on over there. Over there in Africa. In Africa right now, the Arabs don't respect the pyramids. Why don't the Arabs respect the pyramids? Is because they know that's not of their culture. It's not their creation. All right. It's the same exact thing right here. These people don't respect America or the traditions or the values of America because America's not theirs. It's only take it, milk it, split. So that's what it is. And you already know. Yeah, Bone from Cleveland all day long. Yep. Oh, that's my favorite. I'm from Ohio. So you already know. So all this stuff him talking about Ohio, I'm from Ohio. So I know straight up for a fact, you ain't no O.H. Dime. You ain't no O.H. Dime. I ain't never met nobody from Ohio, fam, and I'm all through Ohio. Where you want to go? You want to go to Toledo, Cleveland, Dayton, Youngstown, Cincinnati, Columbus? Where you want to go? You want to go to Akron? Where you want to go? You want to go to Ashtabula? Fam, I pull out small places you ain't never heard of, fam. You want to talk about Perrysburg? Where you want to go? I ain't never met nobody from my state, Ohio, that is from Ghana. By the way, he said he had a Ghana uncle who was a prince. And then he just said he's also from Angola. Which one? I ain't heard none of that. You ain't from no damn Ohio talking like that. Because what you're going to hear from Ohio, you're going to hear exactly what it is. I'm from Ohio. Who am I out here quoting? I'm quoting Crazy, Lazy, Busy, Wish, and Flesh. 5 true thugs from East 1999 St. Clair, Ohio, Cleveland. That's who you might hear people from Ohio talk. We might start talking about Roger Troutman. That's what you might hear, family, Ohio players. We might even kick a little Motown because it's right up the road. You ain't talking about no damn Angola and talking no damn Portuguese to some soccer players, and you from the OHIO. Ain't happening. You better try another one, family. Bedford, Ohio, there they go. They know what it is. Born and raised in Toledo, shout out 419. Whole family from that. Big up to the whole east side. They know. And family, that's the thing that we've been doing, fam. Toledo and Dayton, Ohio is well represented. Y'all know how it go, man. Shout out to the Don. So, family, if you out here talking that Ohio talk,
My bad, y'all. I don't know what the hell happened. That shit completely kicked me out, family. But sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, man. We're gonna get right back to it. We're gonna get right back to it. Let me pull this back up. My bad. Let me pull this back up. Hold on. Hold on.
brothers and sisters ain't really going for it. And we calling it out in the process. Let me show y'all this right here. Another thing that shows you some really strange behavior that's been going on over there that brothers and sisters over here just ain't rocking with. This is the sister, I think her name is Love Jones. She's over there on TikTok. She be putting in pretty good work. Check this out. It's a damn good point about why they love rich people more than they love regular people over there. Check this out, family. Here we go. Shout out Cincinnati all day. I'm going back to the natty all day. Let's go.
Oh, Speed is in Africa, and now I done seen people talking about, the CIA and what the CIA was trying to do ain't working because he in Africa, and y'all see how the Africans is treating him. First of all, Speed is in Africa. Everywhere Speed goes, y'all acting like he's not an international stream star. He is. No matter which way you want to turn the key, y'all want to act like he's not a real celebrity. These young people know exactly who Speed is. Older people, I've seen older Scottish women saying, oh my God, Speed, hugging him down, trying to get his attention, asking for an autograph. He is world renowned, okay? So just because he's in Africa, he's in Angola, to be specific, because y'all love the child only when it's convenient. Y'all want it to be this specific country, okay? He's in Angola, and everybody's showing him so love. They're fawning all over him, running up to him. Oh my God, Speed. But they're not talking about how they begging him down for money, though. Ain't nobody bringing that up. They out there begging him down for money. There are kids on the floor on their hands and knees begging him down for money. I've seen Africans in Europe begging Black Americans down for money. I've seen video footage of this. So I just want to say this, right? I'm not sitting up here saying that Africans on the continent do not like or do not look up to Black Americans, because a lot of them do. They always have. We're talking about the ones, especially the ones that come here, and then they have this weird competition that they have going on with us. They think they're better. They work harder, and they're just so much smarter and all of these other things. Those are usually the ones that's popping it the most. They pop it the most in the comment sections. They pop it the most, on the internet. They pop it the most on a podcast. They pop it. They pop it, and they be EDA everywhere but Africa, and they be popping it. The ones in Africa, majority of them are trying to get out of their countries, and when they see an American, they see
a lot of them are, but nigga,
somebody that
got to do with anything. Does that mean he African?
An American, because America is so far behind. And just like we did earlier, family, I'm not just going to show you the footage. I'm going to actually let you hear it in the process. Does this sound like something that would come from a Black American who's proud? Watch him say that he don't really like America. Watch.
Nah, United States is the only country that's behind. United States That's one thing I hate about living in the USA. We're behind in time, bro. Like everybody who I be talking to, they ahead of time. Nah, United States is the only country that's behind. United States. That's one thing I hate about living in the USA. We're behind in time, bro. Like everybody who I be talking to, they ahead of time. Nah, United in time, bro. About living in the USA. It's one thing I hate about living in the USA. It's one thing I hate about living in the USA.
Damn. You hate about living in America? We behind? Goddamn. I'm over here like James Brown. Living in America. Y'all notice everybody seems to have some type of negative vibe about America. That's why we be questioning. So family, that sounds like a lot of anti-Americanism, almost as if it's coming from somebody who's not an American. All that I hate America and I don't like America and America's no good. Typically, you see that from people who are not Americans. I've never seen somebody be from America and then hate on America so damn much, other than Tethers. So family, when you start piecing together all of these things, Native Americans are the original people. I'm really from Angola. I got a prince uncle in Ghana. I speak Portuguese. I want to tell the white man all the truth, and I hate living in America because America's so far behind. That doesn't sound like a Black American. It damn sure doesn't sound like the Renaissance reparations generation that is littered with FBA pride. I'm not seeing it. That sounds like the Tethers that we hear all the time. That damn near sounds like the Somali scammers. That sounds like the scammer stuff. Fam, if somebody were to hear that right there, they'd be like, what the hell? So all of that stuff about not liking America, not wanting to be in America, all this, back and forth, that just shows you even furthermore, fam, paperwork is looking super dirty right now. I mean, if we were just running a paperwork check, the paperwork is coming back with a hell of a lot of dirt on it. And it's showing you furthermore, some of these lineage people that are running around here with these stories, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that is very true. A lot of them are lying about their lineage, man. We got to be clear on that. Hey, man, we haven't had nobody support today's live stream, man. Go ahead and hit that like button before we even get finished, man. Go and hit that like button. Let's get you to go ahead and hit that like button. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Shout there.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Stagger. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. But on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun on my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga on the stones on my ice. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a tough for the money like Midas. I got a tough for the money like Midas. I got a tough for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.